So this is part 3, and we are on the point where our writer is saying transferable skills, adaptable to different fields. Okay, at the time of starting law school, the concept of becoming a lawyer seems straightforward: go to law school, graduate, intern, and so on. There is so much misinformation here. If I had known better, I don't know if it's very likely I would have still taken the same option, but I would have gone into it without feeling like I was bamboozled. Midway into the program, there's a point, I think it was in second year, I just felt like giving up when I discovered that once I get my LLB, there's still something coming. Where I was studying from, you need to do articles for 2 years, get attached to a firm and do articles for 2 years. That's if you want to be an attorney, and if you want to be a what is it called? It's attorney advocate. If you want to litigate, you still need to do some attachment. And this one is you need to go to the, I think, was it the prosecuting, what is it called, NPP, National Prosecuting Authority offices, and get attached there for, I think it was a year, something like that. Very intense. I didn't know about that. I just really thought you get your paper and you go to court. And I think, I don't know, maybe it's different in different jurisdictions. So there is actually a lot of background work that comes into actually doing the practice. But I think, technically speaking, within the definition of most laws across, once you get the LLB, you are a lawyer. Yeah, so I think that that's okay. I think maybe she was talking about the person that goes to court, the attorney. So she goes on further and she says, I unfortunately come from a background where we never had a lawyer in the family to tell us that a legal degree is just the beginning. Same here, girl. Same here. Beyond that, there is a qualification to the bar, or one, okay, beyond that, sorry, there's a qualification to the bar, or one needs a practicing certificate to call themselves a lawyer. Okay, so on this one, like I'm saying, I think within the definition of the law, when you get to LLB, you are a lawyer, but you will not be able to have, standing in court, and you will not be able to sign off documents since you're not certified, even though you have the knowledge, the theoretical knowledge. So bar school gives you the practical knowledge, tells you how to actually now do the law, is it apply the law. So most high school graduates do not have the foresight of doing a deep study towards understanding what it takes to get into the profession of their dreams. I agree 110%. You cannot make an 18-year-old think like a 23-year-old, the same way that you cannot make a 30-year-old think like a 60-year-old. People will always reason just at that particular point. So expecting that a child who is 16 or 17, I think a child, we can include an 18-year-old, even though the Constitution says this is a major. We cannot expect such a person to take such an interest. As far as they know, when you're done with school, get a degree, get a job, and they don't think about the in-betweens. That I think that's reasonable, that a child will not reason like that. So this is where the career guidance counselors come in. But I think even then, you can explain certain things to a child and they will still not understand. So I think it'll probably always be that way. I think, I don't know, but kids are smart now. They have access to information that we didn't have. Maybe they'll make different choices than what we did. So she closes off and she says, regardless of the long road ahead, I completed my legal degree and acquired a postgrad as well. So in the same law, my interest in practicing law diminished with time and shifted towards policy-oriented areas. My legal degree has equipped me with fundamental competencies that include analysis skills, critical thinking, and that unbridled confidence most legal graduates have. I think I have the same affinity to more research type of legal work than litigation. I mean, I did deal with litigation at bar school. I also did happen to have some practice experience at school. We were required to do, or if you chose a certain course, you could actually do practice at a law clinic. So I've had my experience. It's very involving, quite intense, and for those of us who get stressed and overworked easily, not a good option. But it's very entertaining, and it's quite some good fun. And I agree also to say that, excuse me, there is a certain air about you when you do have a law degree. You inspire so much. And I think, there's a lot of people wishing to be in your shoes. And people just generally, I think they do respect you and have a certain admiration for you as an LLB holder. She says, I have no regrets because my law degree has truly given me a strong foundation to pursue what I am passionate about. My journey with a law degree remains an unconventional one that will hopefully give someone who also feels the same about a legal degree the courage to forge their own way. So this is how she concludes. And I am with her 100%. Although I feel sometimes that I could have made a different decision. I was a Grey's Anatomy's fan. I felt like I could do the science thing. I could be a scientist. I know TV is not real. It's not real life, but as I'm saying, when you're younger and you're spending a lot of time watching TV or on the internet, that seems real to you. So even though I knew it wasn't real, I thought that that could be something I would do. So I was very much a sciencey person. A story for another day, how I ended up in law. It's not something I totally regret, no, but some moments you do feel like, oh, I wish I could have done something else, especially when you hear that other people get paid so much, millions, for doing something that they just is fun to do, and you had to go to school for 4 years plus just to make not even a quarter of what they make. So that's my only issue, but otherwise no regrets. I do feel, this degree has opened so many doors, met so many people, and I have traveled and I have developed. I said I was a shrinking violet. I'm not a shrinking violet anymore. I shrink, but not still a violet, but don't shrink. And yeah, it's been great. I appreciate the degree. If I had a choice, I don't know. I always say I would do something different, but I doubt. I probably would still somehow end up here. Mm, do I believe that your future is set in stone? Well, to a certain degree. To a certain degree. So I probably still would have done the same thing. And it's been good for me. Okay, moms and dads, this has been a very long one for us. I am so sorry to have kept you up longer than we usually have to do. I'm going to close off here and I'll try and pick it up tomorrow evening with another one since I'm a bit more flexible now. Have a good night. Hope you and your little one are in good health and good spirits. Bye bye.